Thanks for watching, guys. I'm in Murrieta, California with my friend Eric MEICHTRY here.
Good morning.
How's it going?
Awesome.
Last time we were on the channel, Eric was hitting shots, talking about the risk conditions and kind of developing a plan to get golfers. Maybe is this right, Eric? Like more like you would do if you were actually hitting something, like say like a tire or something, a stump or something heavy, rather than if you were just like,
Right.
that you would if you hit a tire or something like that, like this, you could really damage yourself.
Yeah.
Whereas like so. You think that's like basically the key to golf is developing a sequence that will make your wrist good at impact.
Yeah, that's going to get, especially for a player that wants to play at a very high level.
Yeah.
We need control of our golf ball. So compression gives us that control. And we've talked over my career. I haven't had the best compression, but I've always had a pretty square club face through impact,
Okay.
so I could miss it good.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But it wasn't always compressed. It just kind of clicked.
Oh, okay.
So I've developed better wrist conditions through impact, but playing at a high level, we need control of golf ball. So to get that, we have to compress it. To get compression, we have to have wrist conditions that are compressing the golf ball. So it's a pretty flat towards bow left wrist.
Okay.
Impact.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do like a little lesson for me today because I would like to have that more through impact. Eric, so just like because I know some coaches like to hear this. My big miss is like a pull. I hit it pretty solid, but it goes left and then it draws a little bit. That's my usual miss when I'm hitting it solid, especially when I'm hitting it solid.
Right.
Actually, just want to hit it like the right distance more often. I'm fat and thin quite a bit.
Right.
Yeah. I'll just hit one then.
So hit, if we could call, if you have 9-iron, let's call it like a 100-yard 9-iron.
Okay, got you. That's a real good example.
Yeah.
That's left of one.
Yeah. And, watching your golf swing over the years, the times that we've spent together and other times when you post, you have a very loose transition. So that club head isn't attached to anything. It gets up, it's doing this, and it comes down, and then it goes through impact, which gives you speed.
Yeah.
But it doesn't give you, and you said, you hit it fat, you hit it thin, you hit it different distances because that club face isn't being supported to send information to the golf ball to do a very specific thing, right? So it'd be tightening up your plane and your transition so that golf club is attached to this left arm,
Yeah.
which is being led by your body, and then you're spending exactly what you've accumulated into the back of the ball to get 130-yard flighted 9-iron, whatever it is you're looking for.
Right.
Right? You're just throwing that head through the ball.
Hit it 100 yards again?
Yeah. Go up slow and stop and go. So you have to get familiar with what it feels like to get to the top,
Yeah.
to change directions, to get in through impact, then release the wrist conditions, and then face your target to where it's all working together, not just like thrown.
Yeah.
Right? And that finish for 100-yard 9-iron.
Yeah.
Your finish is, and it's telling us a story. You'll be here, right? You got this full finish, but for a 100-yard 9-iron, it should be here, there.
Okay.
If we're going to get it attached to your body.
Gotcha.
So the finish tells us a story of why are you finishing way up there if we're just hitting a 100-yard 9-iron. That's how much you throw the head past your body through impact, which is doing what to your wrist condition?
Yeah, expending them.
Yeah, just chucking.
Same thing like a pauser?
Yeah. That's how, and I can see it through impact, how active your right hand wants to be
Okay.
to give it this. And you're still ending up,
Gotcha.
right? It's a lot of work. There's no shortcuts to it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Go up and stop. And go. Right? So So we got this. We got you way up here for that little, and then this is where we look at in the instruction is, okay, here's day one. You're ending up like this for a 100-yard 9-iron. We're going to have you finishing here eventually for that same shot.
Okay.
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 So we look at day one way up here.
Uh-huh.
We look at just chipping away at, oh, that's better. That's better.
Yeah.
How is that getting better? You're getting the left side to lead, taking this through impact,
Mm-hmm.
right? Not throwing this, ending up,
Right.
right? So we just look at the progress we're making with how you're getting synced up. Your path seems to be pretty good as far as your plane goes.
Yeah.
But you're throwing everything through bottom because of what you've done with your golf over the years. So do that again. Just go right up to here and stop.
Mm-hmm.
And come on down. Show us what it would be. Don't hit it. Just come down. Good. Keep going. Keep going. Stop. Yeah, you're pulling that across your body. It's releasing down your target line.
Oh, okay.
This is where it would be for that little pitch. Stay there.
Oh, covered one. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. So with this little shot, because the energy in the club head is less, we can maintain those wrist conditions a little bit better. See how I keep taking this left wrist and pushing it
Yeah.
here?
Mm-hmm.
So educating it on these little shots is just, it's just getting, what do we got to do to get that wrist, right? And
Yeah.
it becomes
Keep going.
here, down. So I feel off of this left hip as I get into the ground, into my left side, and I start rotating.
Yeah.
Right above this hip bone into this area, I feel it stretching right here. That's the feel that I have because my left hip is
Even on a little shot.
even on a little shot.
Yeah.
Because it's starting to push up, but I'm still here. My chest is still here, it's starting to rotate, but this is starting to work up and in, so I'm not going to throw that club head through. It's being led through. Right, so that's what allows me to end up here for a little 100-yard 9-iron. And all that's doing is educating how the parts work at at 25 or 30%. Okay. Better. Better.
Yeah, it definitely feels more crisp. Straight, you can just feel like the body goes, and you can feel when the wrist gets detached from this, and this is no longer helping that. It's,
Right.
It's gone past it.
It's compact. You can
Yeah.
feel that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
for
excellent.
sure.
Yep. And then you can feel it the other way, the good way.
Yeah, and then well, it feels like if this gets fast, then it gets all thrown out too fast.
Uh-huh.
If this is gradual, then it can kind of stay together.
Or under the umbrella of being synced up.
Yes.
Right.
Mhm.
And that's the biggest thing for me as I prepare for a Champions Tour event in March,
Yeah.
is starting to practice so I can get synced back up. I mean, right now I suck. I haven't touched the club hardly in months.
Yeah.
So my body is just, the skill's still there, but it's not synced up. So I'm going to be throwing the club head all over the ball
Gotcha.
for the next month until I get it synced back up and get the golf muscles strong again.
Thanks for watching that, everybody. We're going to be analyzing something from that video that I think is really important for people to see. But I wanted to tell you first that Eric and I are going to be doing something really cool called a Be Better Golf Day. So on March 20th, 2023, at Rancho California Golf Course, we're going to be having a half-day golf school for very few golfers. And then we're all going to be having this big lunch and demo where Eric's going to be showing us stuff, and we're all going to be working on our games all morning. And then after lunch, we're going to be going and playing 18 holes at Journey at Pechanga, which is really a super amazing course. And then probably do like drinks and dinner afterwards. So it's going to be a whole full day of golf and instruction and hanging out. It's something that I want to start doing a lot of on Be Better Golf, but this is going to be the first one. So if this is a success, I'll keep doing these. I think it's going to be really fun. So if you're interested, go to bebettergolf.net/school and you'll see information about this first ever Be Better Golf Day. This one with Eric MEICHTRY, and there's only going to be between like 6 and 8 spots for this, so you're definitely going to want to sign up immediately. Something I want to show from that video that I thought was really good, that really hit home, and it really was, I think, the missing piece of what I needed after doing the Milo Lines Golf School. There, in that environment, I'm like hitting really good shots, and I feel like I have a really good plan of what I need to do to get where I need to be. But then the missing piece that I needed on top of that, that Eric gave me, which was, I think, super valuable in that video we just saw, is this here.
You have a very loose transition. So that club head isn't attached to anything. It gets up, it's doing this, and it comes down, and then it goes through impact, which gives you speed.
Yeah.
But it doesn't give you, and you said, you hit it fat, you hit it thin, you hit it different distances, because that club face isn't being supported to send information to the golf ball to do a very specific thing.
So that was really powerful when Eric said that. I mean, Eric was a professional golfer with a family, like a young family, like as he was going around, and he never had time to really work on his swing or anything like that. Like, he had to make money that week, you know, and he did. He was real successful with it. He only started teaching about 5 years ago. He was always like just like a playing professional, and for him, like, he could never have all the like this looseness and craziness and stuff in his swing, because he would lose control over exactly where the golf ball is going. For me, that really hit home, because one of my friends, who's a professional golfer, he used to call me Mr. Slinky. You know, it's like, why are you going like this and going like that? And when Eric, watch his body motions here. Watch the way Eric moves his body. See, when Eric's moving like this, that reminded me of my friend Kendall saying like, oh, you're like Mr. Slinky. And I'm going to be doing a video coming up about that, because I think I figured out a way to keep the athleticism and keep the flow, but have it be much more contained and much more together. And I think it's going to really help my golf. I've already seen, mixing what Milo and Ed and the team was saying at the golf school there with this more brace thing. It's a long topic, but there's going to be a video coming up about it, and I think I'm really onto something, because I'm starting to hit it like really good. Okay, I wanted to show a little before and after from this. So if you watch these two swings, you'll see my first swing on the left is my first attempt at hitting a 9-iron 100 yards, and then the one on the right is after working on it for a while, talking about being less like a slinky, less loose and crazy in transition and during the swing, and more stable. And then you'll see above that, you see that graph, that's a hack motion graph. So let's just watch this at first. So that was really interesting to me, because probably the first one probably flew 110, and the one on the right probably flew 80 or 85. So, but they're a totally different motion. So the swing, you can just see the swing on the left, how big it is, and it's got some nice flow, but you wouldn't bet your life on that ball going to an exact place. And then the other one was much more together. And the thing that was really interesting is that I had the hack motion on. If you look up close in those two hack motion graphs, see the one on the left, which was the big, very loosey-goosey swing, it makes this really pronounced W with very steep curves, which on such a soft shot probably shouldn't be happening. And then the one on the right, you can see how it's much, in general, much flatter, and then the steepening's happening kind of appropriately at the end. So if you were just to look at these and say, okay, which one's going to be more repeatable? I was talking to Lee about this. Lee was saying how there is a way where you can have flow, but you can be very precise with it. And he said you can still be slower. Like, you don't have to have that super fast backswing of like Matthew Fitzpatrick or Drew Cooper or one of these guys. But as long as you're forceful and smooth when you're being a little slower, then you can get your sequence right and put a good smash on it. So I really liked that. And I thought that was a real big difference when Eric was talking about, hey, like, hit the ball just as far, but with less moving parts and more energy going into the golf ball rather than this loosey-goosey thing that just kind of like slings and throws at it. And the device that we were using in the video is called the Hack Motion. I really like it, especially when you're working on this stuff. You can put it in little ranges for it to tell you and for it to chime when you hit the range that you want. That way you can really work on it without a coach or anybody watching, and just by feel start to hit those spots that you want. There is a discount for Be Better Golfers if you go to hackmotion.com and use the promo code in the description below. You'll see it there. Thanks for watching, everybody. Click the subscribe button, it really helps the channel. And go to bebettergolf.net/school for information about how to join us for this first Be Better Golf Day with Eric MEICHTRY. Should be a lot of fun.